I thought I was ready to love again. I had done the inner work. I had healed, or at least, I told myself I had. I had routines, stability, a version of peace I could hold on to. Then someone came along. Kind, attentive, gentle. And my first reaction wasn't joy. It was fear. Not because they did anything wrong, but because I didn't know how to let them in. I panicked over small things. Delayed replies. Innocent silences. I overthought every word I said, every emoji I sent. It wasn't them. It was my wounds, quietly reawakening. Turns out, healing in solitude is one thing, healing in love is another. They weren't demanding. Not once did they ask for more than I could give. But somehow, I still felt pressure. Not from them, but from inside me. I felt like I had to perform. To impress. To be worthy. I edited my messages too much. I apologized even when I didn't need to. I worried that if I was too quiet, they'd lose interest. If I was too vulnerable, they'd back away. And slowly, loving someone began to feel like a performance again. I wasn't being held to a standard, they never asked me to be perfect. But I was holding myself to one. Because deep down, I was afraid they'd leave if I was too much. Or not enough. There were moments I caught myself wondering, am I truly falling for them, or for the idea of being wanted? It's a hard question. One I didn't want to answer. Because answering meant looking at my own emptiness. I started noticing how anxious I'd get when they didn't text for a few hours. Not angry. Just unsettled. Like I was about to be forgotten. I'd reread old messages, looking for reassurance in words that no longer spoke. I wasn't enjoying the moment, I was guarding it, afraid it would disappear. That's when I realized. I was afraid of losing someone I hadn't even fully trusted yet. I was trying to hold on, not out of love, but out of fear. One evening, I was too tired to perform. I didn't send the usual goodnight text with the cute emoji. I didn't overthink my silence. I didn't fill the space. I just let it be quiet. Part of me braced for distance, for withdrawal, for disappointment. But none of that came. The next morning, they texted first. Hope you rested well. I'm here if you need anything. No passive aggression. No guilt tripping. Just presence. Just care. It shook something in me. I didn't have to earn their affection. I just had to let it reach me. I used to soften my edges to be loved. I downplayed my needs. I held back my opinions. I tried to be the easy one, the calm one, the good vibes only person. But it started to feel fake. Heavy. Exhausting. So one day, I didn't pretend. I said what I felt. I admitted I was anxious. I shared my overthinking without apologizing for it. And I expected them to pull away. But they didn't. They leaned in. Thank you for telling me, they said. That helps me understand you better. I almost cried. Not from sadness, but from relief. I didn't lose love when I showed my truth. I found a deeper version of it. There was a version of love I used to believe in. The kind where no one ever fights. Where everything feels effortless. Where the other person just gets you, no need to explain. But reality is different. In real love, people misunderstand each other sometimes. They say the wrong thing. They don't always show up perfectly. And that doesn't mean the love isn't real. It just means the people are real. We had our first argument one night. Nothing dramatic. Just miscommunication, emotions running high. I thought, this is it. It's over. But instead, we talked. Slowly. Honestly, and by the end, something felt stronger. Not perfect. But deeper. More human. There was a day I felt off. Nothing dramatic happened, I just felt heavy, disconnected. I withdrew. I was quieter, colder. They noticed, of course. "Are you okay?" they asked. And instead of answering, I shut down more. Not because I didn't trust them, but because I was scared. Scared I was too much. Scared I was being difficult. In my head, I was already preparing for the end. But they didn't pull away. They didn't get mad. They sat beside me, gave me space, stayed present. "You don't have to talk," they said. "I'm not going anywhere." And that sentence ended me, because someone once left when I got quiet. But this time, someone stayed. For a long time, I thought love meant feeling safe in someone else's presence. And it is, partly. But not fully. Because no matter how kind they are, if I don't believe I'm worthy, I'll still be afraid. I'll still doubt their words, their silence, their affection. I realized I was giving them a job they couldn't do, to fix wounds they didn't cause. So I shifted. Gently. I started talking to myself differently. "You're not too much. You're not broken. You're learning." I stopped asking them to carry all my fear. And slowly, I became someone who could meet love with presence, not panic. We were just sitting on the couch. No deep conversation. No romantic gestures. Just a quiet evening. Their hand near mine. The kind of silence that doesn't feel empty. I wasn't performing. I wasn't managing their emotions. I was simply there. And they were, too. For the first time in a long while, I didn't feel like I was waiting. Not waiting to be left. Not waiting to be reassured. I felt full. Safe. Still. As if my nervous system finally exhaled. And I realized, this is what healing in love looks like. For so long, love felt like a risk. A gamble. A place where I could lose myself. But slowly, this love became something else. A mirror. A garden. A soft place to land. I stopped chasing perfection, mine or theirs. I stopped seeing love as something I had to earn. I started showing up as I am, messy, real, growing. And I watched as love stayed anyway. That's when I knew, healing didn't make me perfect. It made me honest. And in love, honesty matters more than perfection ever will. I'm still learning. Still stumbling. Still soft. But I'm not afraid anymore, because now, I know how to love, without leaving myself behind.